Algebra review number 3. Algebra review 3 that I can help you with. Yeah. 18. Yeah, thanks for asking about that one, by the way. Okay, so the beautiful thing is it's set up. It's basically you have a parabola and a straight line. Follow me on that? So anytime you have something like this, I'm going to jump right to Desmos. Okay, and we're going to get rid of normal distribution. So what we're going to do is let's plug this in, and I have x squared equals y minus 300. Now, some of you, when you plot this, you're like, I don't see it. Okay, and that's fine. We can start zooming down and say where in the world is this, and you can like zoom out. Oh, there it is. So we're starting to see something here. So once you start seeing something, kind of zoom back in on what you're looking at, kind of maybe at the minimum value. So I think it's a parabola. It's starting to take shape like a parabola. Okay, can you see that as somewhat of a parabola? Okay, is that showing up? Cool. All right, and then I'm going to plot my other one, which is x plus y equals 410. And for those of you that are used to using the graphing calculator, the big benefit of doing it this way is I can just plug my equation in as is. I don't have to make it y equals. So if I wanted to search for this, I'm just going to come up, I'd say I'm starting to see it. So, and the nice thing is this works so nice compared to the graphing calculator. So if I wanted to figure out where these intersected, it's going to, my x value is going to be 10, my y value is going to be 400. And you can easily see that working on the bottom one very easily. But just realize that purple line is going to continue. Agree? So I'm going to just move it up. So we said 10 comma 400, is that right? And then I come up here, I can see an intersection takes place here. And then also at negative 11, 421. Both of those are the answers. Now, the reason I'm not just giving the x value, I'm giving the x and y value, is because both equations have both x and y in it. Okay, so that's what we have to look for. And that's exactly how I do that problem. So if you just literally wrote down those two ordered pairs that I just said, you have the answer correct. What work do you have to show? You don't. You just do it. Now, just so you know, my friends, I think I said on Wednesday, but I changed my mind this morning, sorry. We will have a test on Thursday. It's going to be on Schoology. You still following me on this adventure? The first 20 minutes of the test, I just ask you to please work on it on your own. And then for the remainder of the period, you get a compare, share, and revise. Now, I was kind of sort of mean, so I shuffled the answers and I shuffled the problems. So your problem number 1 might be your friend's problem number 7. So you kind of have to seek it out. Does that make sense? But that's what we're going with. Okay? You find it? It worked? Yay. We're on Algebra Review 3, which doesn't have a page number, but it's only a couple pages in. All right, what else did you see on any of those problems that I could help you with? What else can we see? Yeah. 9? Okay, number 9. Okay, yeah, that's a great one. So, bless you. Number 9 is one that you won't be able to do on the calculator, but they want us to do f at x plus h minus f at x all divided by h. And they tell us up above that f of x is equal to 3x minus 1. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this in for x right here. So I'm going to get 3 parentheses x plus h minus 1. And then I have this minus here. And I'm going to subtract this whole thing. So I'm going to put this in parentheses because I'm subtracting it. And I'll have to distribute over. And let me just pause there for a minute. Is that okay so far? Can you see okay? Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't in the way. You should see me at the mall. I get in the way of everybody. You know the little dance when you're walking towards somebody? Yeah. I go the back, forth, but then I get real sarcastic and keep going. Even if the person's passing me, I'm still, TikToking on myself. My wife's like, I'm not allowed at the mall anymore. I embarrass her. Sorry. All right. So here, this is going to give me 3x plus 3h. And then I get the minus 1. And then I'm going to distribute the negative over the parentheses here. So negative 3x plus 1. And then the whole thing's divided by h. My pen catches up with me. Come on, buddy. All right, so positive 3x, negative 3x, gone. Negative 1, positive 1, gone. So I wind up getting 3h over h. H's cancel each other out, so my answer comes out to just 3. And again, that is the basic definition of a derivative. Linear derivatives are real easy to do. When you start getting to quadratics and different things, we'll work with them, but the nice thing is we get to leave derivatives dirty, but these always work real quickly and nicely. Is there anything else on, did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else on algebra review number 3 that I can help you with? Yeah.
12.
12. Yeah, okay. So number 12, they tell us we have negative 1 and we have negative 8. Okay, and we want to make the quadratic function. So I need to realize that this is x equals negative 1 and this is x equals negative 8. Is that okay so far?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to add 1, so I'm going to get x plus 1. And I'm going to add 8, so I'm going to get x plus 8. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And then do the 4-letter F word in math, FOIL. So x times x, x squared, x times 8, 8x. Come on, man. That thing's slowing down on me. And then 1 times x. And then 1 times 8. Those are like terms. X squared plus 9x. Come on. Plus 8. And it's done. You're so welcome. Anything else I can help you with, friends? You feeling okay? Time for a sip of coffee. Oh, that's some good stuff right there. Oh, that's good. Any other questions off any of those? You feel comfortable with it? Hey, when's our test? Thursday. First 20 on your own. Rest of the class, compare, share, and revise. Deal? If you have a computer or a tablet, it would probably be helpful because, let's face it, sometimes some of the stuff on your phone might be harder to see. Agree? Yeah.
Sorry, can you do 19?
I sure can. Yeah, buddy. Oh, I just did number 19. 19, yeah, 19, I'll just go back to it. It was, I graphed them both on Desmos. Okay, here, let me dim this for you. So you graph them both. So this is one answer here, and then you scroll down and find where it crosses the parabola, the purple one, and it crosses there. And 10 comma 400. And that's all the work you would have to show on that problem. Just those answers, the ordered pairs. Okay? Watch your eyes. Anything else? Going once? Twice? Sold to the kid eating his own earwax. Like, dude, who is that? All right, my friends, will you turn to the page that says Business Calculus, Algebra, Review, Review. Should be the next page after this. Has review written twice. Review, review. Did you find it? Again, one of these days I'll probably put page numbers in this book, but sorry I failed you. All right. So let's take a look at let's take a look at 1 through 10 on that page. Okay? Other than number 8, all of them you could utilize Desmos. How do we do that? What do you think? So pick one. 1 through 10, just don't pick 8 yet. One of those, which one do you want to see worked out? Or 2, or 3? 7. Okay, let's take a look at number 7. So I'm going to say y equals first, okay? And I'm going to graph it, and I'm going to use Desmos to make this work for us. So I get 2x raised to the third, and then arrow so it comes back down, minus 50x. That's the right one, right? And I kind of show that, so what I can always do is just kind of hit home. And here's the nice thing. Okay? Those are the 3 spots that my graph intersects the x-axis. Okay? The nice thing is, this was raised to the third power. The fundamental theorem of algebra says whatever exponent you raise to in the highest exponent is how many solutions you would have. And of those solutions, some of them could cross the x-axis. In this one, all of them cross the x-axis. We crossed at x equals -5, we crossed at x equals 0, and we crossed at x equals 5. Okay? So if that was a question on the Desmos quiz, it would have 3 blanks. Now, here's the thing on Desmos. I can only put so many iterations of what you might choose to do for an answer. So someone might put 5, 0, 5 in each of the boxes, which is right, one number in each. Some of you might put x equals -5, x equals 0, x equals 5 in all 3 boxes. That's great. And then you get the one student by accident, because you're trying to squeeze it in on your phone and your thumb got in the way, you put x equals -5. That's when Desmos marks are wrong. So I have to go through all of the questions on Desmos and make them correct. I mean, there's a lot of times, if you see your score going, how did I get a 13 out of 20? It's like, let me grade it first, and then we'll talk. And then it's like, oh, I got a 19 out of 20. Sweet. What did I miss? I missed it. Okay, so I have to go back through on Schoology and grade it. They grade quickly because the answers are right there, but sometimes you put a space in there, it'll read it wrong. And it's not because you did it wrong, it's just because the computer doesn't have enough thought process. Is there anything else from 1 to 10 other than number 8? Because I'm going to work number 8 out in a minute. Are we good with those? Okay, so let's pretend we came to a problem similar to number 8. Now this is not going to, Desmos isn't going to be a healthy situation for us on this one, and here's the reason why. We have x and y that we're multiplying. Okay, so in my opinion, and again, this is exactly how I do this even when I'm working with math teachers and math groups at these fun math conventions we get to go to. This is how I do it. I realize 10 is 2 times 5. Still with me? And I realize x to the third is x, x, and x. And y to the second is y and y. And then I know that 15 is the same thing as 3 times 5. And I have x to the fourth. So I have x, and x, and x, and x. And I realize y to the third is y, y, y. Okay, so let me stop there. Okay, now, I'm not saying that my way is the best way. That's the way that I see it, and I've gotten grief for 28 years being a teacher because I will write it out that way on purpose. Okay, I understand it that way. So we're going to look between our 2 terms. A term is being separated by an addition or subtraction sign. So I have a 5 in common and a 5 in common. I have x, 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 and x in common. And then I have y and a y. Maybe I should have chosen a better color. Let me undo those. with blue. I have a Y, a Y, a Y, and a Y. So now, what do I have by itself on the left side? 2. And I have a plus sign. What do I have by itself on the right side? 3xy. Okay? So that's what's going to be grouped in my parentheses. Do you see how that's grouped? And then the yellow 5, I have xxx. Xxx is the same thing as x to the third. And then I have yy, which is y to the second. And that's the factored version of it. Okay? Now, as you guys start progressing older and older in life, there's quick ways to do things, and then there's the way of saying, okay, I can visually see it. I'm not saying that all of you will see my way. Some of you will be like, I can do this in my head, and you can just do it, and I'm just fascinated that your mind works that quickly, and that's fantastic. You do the way that works best for you. I'm not looking for the work to be shown. You have the correct answer, especially it's on Schoology. I can't see the work you had. Okay? Do we feel comfortable? All right. Let's go down to 11 through 16. 11 through 16. Are there any of those that I could help you take a look at? Yeah.
Can you do 16?
16, sure will. Okay, so what I'm going to do on number 16 is we have 2 and the exponent is x minus 5 plus 3 equals 30. So I'm going to separate each side into its own equation on Desmos. Okay, so let me clear this. So my first side is going to be y equals 2 raised to the, and if you raise something and it's more than just a number, put it in parentheses. And then use your side arrow so it comes back down, plus 3. So that's what the left side of my equation looks like. Do you feel comfortable with that? And then the right side, I'm just going to go y equals 30. And now I have to kind of search for it. You see the intersection of the blue and the red? I'm going to click right here. Okay, the blue and the red, I want the x value only. Okay, I only had x in there. So my answer to this one would be 9.755. Done. Okay, don't worry about the actual point. You're utilizing Desmos to solve for the x value. The x value is the first value in the ordered pair. Okay? Cool. You know what? I think we've done enough damage. Would you do this for me? So it's the algebra review. All right, say RR. And will you get 1 through 16 all done for tomorrow? And I think, does everyone have the book now? So what I will actually do tomorrow is I will come by and I will take a look at what you tried. And you can get a 4 out of 4 just by trying each of the problems. Doesn't mean they're all right. Being that we're doing it on Desmos, is there a lot of work you have to show? So, any questions for me? We all good?